And welcome back to Fable 2. When we last left off, we wanted to know what this is. What is this? What is this? I don't know. What is this? Well, it's called a flit switch, if I said that right. You gotta shoot it if it's yellow. And then, boom. Doggy says treasure, but I don't see treasure. I see treasure! Isn't this treasure? Isn't this should be... Oh, it's not deep. Whatever. Doggy, you lied to me. Anyways, let's keep going. Hopefully we can get through this, and then we can hopefully finish off our first major enemy. Collect our first trophy. The game, you can usually determine how far along in the game you are based on the trophies you have. They're just like small things you get from certain quests that are relevant to the story more often than not. This one says you be sure to explore the cave. There's actually a treasure you get if you find everything. So you come talk to this guy, yada 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 yada. You can pause that if you want. This is basically the part where they tell you you don't have to follow the trail at all times. It's just telling you the recommended place to go. I'm not gonna read. Well, you guys might want to read it. There. It's not too important to not follow the trail or to follow the trail. It's just kind of whatever you feel like doing at the time. Usually exploring the places will find you a lot of really interesting loot. Oh, third skeleton. Okay. Not going to read his. So, at this point, that shows up. It's that little circular thing. It looks like the one I found earlier, but I can actually swim here. That only shows if you find all three letters. And it gives you a Bewitching document, which you can put into a weapon, and then it'll apparently make you look better. Because, you know, putting a gem in your sword makes you freaking handsome as hell. Oh my god. Ooh, DLC. That's something I haven't talked about yet. I do have all the the two major DLCs for this game. The Look into the Future one and the Not Hell Island DLC. But, I'm not gonna play them. Like, I might go to Murgo the Trader to get some really cool stuff. But I'm not going to go to Not Hell Island unless I beat the game and you guys want to see it. So at the end of the game, or just leave it in the comments now, should I do either one of them? They're not particularly as interesting as the rest of the game, especially the future one. I don't really like the future one all that much. It's kind of boring. It has some interesting mechanics, but for the most part, it's just kind of go around, kill stuff, and collect stuff. The Not Whole Island one is kind of interesting. You can get some really cool stuff from that one, and that's probably the coolest shop in the game ever, too. But I don't know. I'm not going to go there unless I absolutely need to go there. So something happened, but we don't know what happened yet because we need to get to the end of this. So I'm trying to hurry. Don't worry. Alright. If you see me like just stop and those 4 orbs appear, those are basically the experience. Depending on how you do something, it'll do experience. Is this it? I don't think this is it. Yeah, that's not it. So I had to shoot. And now it's blue, which means I have to hit it with my sword. And then shoot it. I think this kind of door gets reused a couple times too. But yeah, definitely let me know if you guys want me to do either the DLC. If you guys really want me to do one, I prefer not Whole Island. If you guys really want me to do the future so you guys can see it, I will do that too. I have them both. And I've completed them both. I will not be doing in the future one, I will not be doing the last one, like, a lot. I'll do it maybe once. I'm also not going to get all the hidden items in them. Like, in the future one, there's all these hidden dyes you can collect because you can dye your clothes in this game. No. That took me months. That was the last achievement I got because I couldn't figure out which dye I was missing because I usually just sell them off. I usually only buy like 2 or 3 different dyes. In fact, I already know. This is a big change from Fable 1 to Fable 2. Fable 1, your armor actually had an armor rating and it had a defense rating. And actually, you had to improve your armor. Unfortunately, this is one of the things I wish they hadn't changed, because now that's gone. Now what you wear literally has no impact on how much damage you take. You can be wearing a full suit of armor, or you can be wearing the clothes I have on right now. It's just an aesthetic thing. So, really, it doesn't really matter all too much what I wear. So I already have an idea of what I want to wear. It doesn't look very politician-y, I just think it looks really cool. But we won't be able to get a lot of the stuff for it till later in the game. And for those of you who know what the end of this game is, you already know what I'm going to choose, so don't expect any kind of big grand finale. So this should look incredibly familiar if you've ever played Fable 1. Because we just went through the guild. And this is the Chamber of Fate. This is actually the final boss room from Fable 1. It doesn't seem like it. This room almost seems like kind of pointless at first, until you realize like this is actually the most important room in the game. Except in this game. This game it's kind of not terribly important, but it does have some cool stuff. For instance, now we have magic. We just did all that for magic. So, here's another thing about the game. We must have... Oh, I can't do it yet. Hurry up. Oh, she's explaining it. But, we have to have at least one magic skill, one ranged weapon, and one melee weapon throughout the entire game. Because all three things must happen because of the flip switches. Colas Gate's another thing. It's not really used that much. This is like the last working one. Anyway, so once she shuts up, there we go. Okay, so we need a will. There's Shock, Inferno, Time Control, Blades, Vortex, Chaos, Force Push, and Raise the Dead. I want to do one that I'm actually probably going to use. Shock is probably by far the most useful and the most powerful. Inferno does more damage, does it? No, yeah, I believe Shock is way more powerful. But Inferno is just kind of classic. Plus it burns over time, I believe. Time Control is time control. I mean, it's time control. Blades, which will actually summon Blades. This is probably the coolest spell. It does the most damage, I believe. At least early on, yeah. But it has so many hits, so it doesn't usually... It's kind of interesting how it works. Plus area damage is like nothing. You have to like focus somebody with this spell. You don't do this one as an area. Vortex is kind of cool. You usually use this one in conjunction with another spell, or you use this to set up another spell. Chaos is just a lot of fun to play with. It just kind of makes your enemies do random things. Force Push is, you know, the thing from Star Wars. And then there's Raise Dead, which Raise Dead is kind of cool. Unfortunately, I only have 5, so I'm going to do Force Push. Simply because it doesn't do a lot, but because I'm going to be using melee, this may actually be one I use every now and then, just, you know, to give me some breathing room. So I can get something in strength. Okay. So it's either toughness or brutal styles. This gives me blocking. This increases my life. To be quite honest, I'm probably going to get life first. Yep. Because in case you couldn't tell, my life bar was like a little bit. And now that's almost like triple my health right there. In this game, I will probably never die. Unless I'm doing something stupid. Dying really doesn't have any penalty though. You get a scar, but there's stuff you can use to get rid of the scar. This chest, do I have anything in it? No. There's this whole thing online you can do. It's kind of boring. Yada yada yada. Gives you a chicken suit. So yeah. So here's the spell. I only have it level 1, so it doesn't do much, but it's kind of cool. Alright, I will meet you all outside.
Use your
and welcome back. I'll just kind of show off the skill. Magic is really good for taking out low-level enemies, in my opinion, because usually just the basic skill can kill most enemies. Once you get into late game, in my opinion, it drops off really badly,
Make your way to Bowerstone. I will meet you there.
and it's really, really, really dark. I can't see. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to change this up a little bit. Like, I literally could not see, like, at all. I was just kind of, like, firing in random directions. That should be fine. There we go. I don't know how that looks on your screen, but this looks a lot better on my screen. There will be a lot of traveling at night. And there's no real way to get around how dark it is. So anyways, now we're going to Bowerstone. Also from Fable 1 and in Fable 3. It's the only city that is still in Fable 3, really. Bunny! I'm not going to shoot the bunny. Yeah, at this point I could explore. I could go get some random chests. However, I'm just going to try and get another quest done before the end of this episode. You know what? I will get it done. Even if this episode goes like a couple minutes long, I don't really care. So if you do everything right, it is actually supposed to be night. In my opinion. I mean, I did everything at roughly a standard pace. I didn't really do anything out of pace, if that makes sense. So here's the road to Bowerstone. Except it's blocked off because there's bandits in the area and they don't want to open up the road until the bandits have been taken care of. Unfortunately, the guards are useless. And it's a specific bandit. It's Thag. It's Thag's gang. But it's fine. Oh, we're going to go over here. Should we, is this it?
The road to Bowerstone is closed.
So we're going to go down here.
Thag has been capturing traders on
We're
their way
going
to
to
the
drop down
Bowerstone
here.
camp.
The chests, I
He's a
believe, have
danger to
random
all.
loot in it,
Must
but I
be
think
dealt
it's like
with.
some of them have
With
specific
your
things in it.
power,
Some of them
you should
have
be able to defeat
a
him and his gang
array of what they
and
can
continue
be.
your quest.
Assassin's Coat is what I usually get from here.
No doubt they are at his camp
It's
near
kind of
Bower
cool.
Lake.
It doesn't really look good with the clothes I have on right now, so I'm not going to use it. Down over there's the camp it's trying to tell me to go to. Except there's one more treasure chest somewhere around here. My dog was here, he'd help me find it. This treasure chest is kind of important. This one does not spawn something random. This one spawns a very specific item. Where is it? Oh, wow. Also, I don't know if you guys can tell, but at night that is really, really hard to see. And there we go. We get a rusty flintlock pistol. It says it's better than the light splinter crossbow. That you don't always want to trust, because all it does is it looks at damage and looks at which one does more damage. Sometimes you'll have like a one that says it's worse, but because of like firing speed or magazine size, it'll be better. Flintlocks are only single shot, so I have to reload every time I shoot. But still, the damage is going to be a lot better than the crossbow. The crossbow is really heavy, it's really slow. Pistol is really, really fast. Reload time isn't terrible. So yeah. Plus it's a freaking gun, even though if it is rusty. So this is supposed to be a trap. It's a trap.
Look out! It's an ambush!
Now that I remember, this is actually supposed to be closer to daytime. I don't know why it's so dark now. So yeah, see, the pistol shoots one at a time. You have to reload it every time. Killed them pretty fast, though. Alright, back to melee. See, melee at least looks a little cooler. I don't know what that was supposed to do. That's usually when you kill somebody else, like zoom in on them like that. Yeah, this is how I normally play. I usually play a mix of like ranged and melee. I'm gonna have a little bit higher focus in melee. I usually focus ranged later. Like I do melee so I can get some of the skills, so that way in the event I have to use melee, I have everything I need, like flourishing and blocking. Plus, I mean, this is how you get health. It's also how you get resistance to damage.
got
So
you
strength is
myself.
really important.
I'll give you 5
Range,
seconds
as
to
far
get
as what it
ready.
gives you, isn't much. By the way, this is Thag, by the
Two.
way. He's not
Oh,
really
sonny.
that cool. Anyway, so yeah, strength, if you're full on strength, then like it's a really easy game. So I have enough points for something, but I'm not going to get it. I don't have block yet, so I got to be careful. I don't have the roll yet either. I forgot, the roll's an ability. He has block.
Maybe I'll wash off your
Come into the
blood
light
in lake
so we can see you a
later.
little better.
You think that's gonna stop
So
me?
you could call these bosses. I mean, really, it's just an enemy that'll probably be used later on that's a little tougher. Or there's just something about it that makes them unique to the game. Like Thag has a group of bandits in Bowerstone Lake.
Yeah, damn you!
Collect experience.
Don't let that bandit
If I had block, this probably go a little bit faster.
Oh. What?
There we go. See? Not that hard at all. The dog is hurt!
You are now famous enough.
Oh my god, doggy!
Expression.
Oh, it's ripped off his head. That's kind of grotesque. Anyways, yes, autosave for me.
Well done.
Renown!
The guards of
And now I have
Thagsgate,
enough to buy shock.
with a threat removed. The road
Yeah,
to
renown
Bowerstone
is just
can reopen.
kind of how you afford stuff. Well, it's how popular you are, and how popular you are allows you to do certain things. Doggy, I need to help you. Doggy. Your actions have affected your purity. What? I'm sorry, I need the... How do I check that? No, I didn't mean options, I meant logbook. There we go. Alignment. So it says I'm pretty in the middle right now, which is fine. Honestly, all that stuff I did before was not that much to actually cause a change. Oh, it says I'm familiar in the gypsy camp, because, I live there. Bowerstone, I'm recognized. In those other areas, I'm not known. Attractiveness, apparently I'm ugly. My clothing gives me minus 15. Wow. I'm ugly because of the clothes I wear. Okay. Stats, don't care. Doggy. Oh, I can actually check out what tricks he knows. Alright, anyways. So I'll be checking this a lot just to see if I'm close. I wanted to describe how I'm in a moral gray area. As long as I'm in that, I'll be fine. Yeah, can I get brutal styles? Yes, I can. I want blocking. What does this do? This improves your damage. That's what it does.
The more damage you will
And then
cause with
skill.
close combat.
Dexterous styles. The roll. That's a dexterous thing. Okay. The roll is probably one of the most useful things in the game, because it's the easiest way how to dodge things. Blocking isn't really used, but after this I get flourishes, which is I'll use basically non-stop. So I get the cage key, I get beef jerky, and I get 300 gold. And if I'm right, there's one gold piece right here. Yep. There's also a book, which I'll sell. You can sell all the books. The traders will probably keep them.
Oi, mate, be all the way over here.
I like his name.
About letting them out.
Because he's a
The
dick.
slaves belong to me.
Anyways.
I paid for it. Look, I don't want any trouble. Give the key to me and I'll make it worth your while. No, don't listen to him. Shut up.
You wouldn't do
Alright,
that to
so
us,
in,
would you, Sparrow?
So I can either
I
give the
said
key to
shut
him,
it. I'm
or I
not
can
gonna
unlock
tell
the
you
cage.
again.
Well, I think we all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give the key
Nice
to
be in
him.
business
Gives me
with you.
gold.
Hear
That's a
hear
lot
that?
of points.
You're mine now. You.
Like, that single
bastard.
action was way over
I
what all
always
the
knew
other
you
actions
were no
did.
good. I'll curse the name Sparrow the rest of my days.
A few coins change hands, and a few honest folk are condemned to years of misery. Is your heart so hard? Perhaps you
Teresa
will
says my
destroy
heart's hard.
Lucian for the wrong reason, but I suppose it will have to do. Meet me in Bowerstone Market by the clock tower. There is something you must see.
Alright, now let's check this, because it's probably gone somewhere. No, it's still in the moral gray area. I'm not exactly sure how the thing works. I usually just do all the good actions and then I'm a good guy, or I do all the bad actions, I'm a bad guy. I've never really tried to stay neutral. Which is kind of why I figured this would be kind of interesting. I will try to get that back. A little bit closer to good. But I mean, I don't know, I guess I just haven't done anything bad yet. Purity is something completely different, by the way. I am not going to try and keep my purity up or down. It's morality I'm specifically looking at.
Apparently,
Anyways,
someone killed off that bandit
this video's
leader,
gone on pretty
so
long.
it's safe
I guess I
now.
should end it here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next installment of Fable 2. Bye!
So yeah, we're going to be playing Mordekaiser in the mid lane. My enemy shall be Kassadin. In the jungle we have a Cho'Gath, my bad, Pantheon top, and a Corki Lux bot lane. And on the enemy team there's going to be a Quinn and Morgana bot lane. Their jungler is going to be a Skarner. And top lane they have a Kha'Zix. So this is going to be a... Oh, apparently she was DC'd, but she's back. Let me make sure.